It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you we are brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. And of course, Eddie G's Cookies. That's right. If you want a cookie that is good, tastes good. Did I say that right? And ain't got all that other stuff that ain't no good for you, hop on over to eddiegscookies.com and place your order today. That's right, Eddie G's Cookies. Hey, and make sure you get the big, well, they already big anyhow, you know what I'm saying? But all of the flavors. I mean, Snickerdoodles is the best. I'm just saying, a double chocolate chip, baby. But anywho, for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your question in the comments during today's program, by all means, please do so, and we will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them ones that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, joining me on the program today is my cat from across the way, or should I say up north. That's right, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say.
Yes, sir. We're one step closer to the NBA Finals. Let's get it on.
Okay, settle down there, Kimosabi. Settle on down. No banana boats over here, baby. No banana boats. We're going to try to get through this show pretty fast. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, the Western Conference Finals, as my co-host just mentioned right there, is set to begin at about 8:30, I believe. The Minnesota Timberwolves, Wolves, you understand me, is taking on the Dallas of the Mavericks, baby. And I got a feeling right now, and not to pat myself on the back or nothing like that, but earlier before the playoffs started, we were going through the matchups and the rounds and such, right? The first round, excuse me, and the teams, obviously. And I said the Knicks and Philly, did I say it was? Who did I say? Whoever the Knicks were going to play in the first round, I said was going to be a good series, the best played series of the whole first round. And here we are, yes, at the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. This is going to be this series, Dallas and Minnesota, in my opinion, will be the second best played series of this playoffs entirely so far. Do you or do you not agree?
You're talking about like the better series occurred in the first round?
Okay, of all the first round matchups, which series do you think was the most watched?
Well, certainly it would have been New York and Philly.
Okay, that's all I'm driving. I'm driving the bus here.
But that doesn't mean the quality, right? Now I'm on record, also in the Discord.
Yeah, you're on record, all right.
Know, right?
Yeah, I just talked to
look,
the
we
police
got a
department
subscription
in Michigan.
It's
yeah, you're on record, all right. Yeah,
it's $1, and we got Discord action. But on the show for you, all the people, you heard me say, yes. I could see this Knicks Pacers series going 7. I could see now. There's no Indiana bias coming from me.
I don't see why not. That's what it sounds like to me. Sound like some more than bias. Sound like a bunch of... Anyway, I'm not going to even... Anyway, let's start the show.
All right.
Our first item on the menu, and we have a few today to bring you all, is what he said. And what he said and who he is and what he said is Vince Lombardi. All right, let's throw this up on the screen. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell y'all right quick. Double J, stop messing with the buttons. Anywho, you all know I'm a reader. There's a book I've had for a few years now called Instant Replay by Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer was an offensive lineman for those early Packer teams that won both first Super Bowl I, Super Bowl II. And I mean, the way they talk about them, you would think they won the first 12 Super Bowls, but I ain't mad. You know what I mean? Them Packers those Packers teams were definitely teams of worthy of note. But here Vince Lombardi says, gentlemen, we are going to relentlessly chase perfection, knowing full well we will not catch it. Let me stop right there. I've had multiple conversations with people. And you know when I talk about expressions, right, Double J?
All the time.
Okay. My grandfather used to tell me expressions are often repeated and rarely, if ever, truly understood. Case in point, practice makes perfect. I'm sure you've heard that throughout your life. And I would ask people, practice makes perfect, true or false, as an expression. They would say true. Well, of course, it sounds profound, but if you stop and think about it, you'll see that it's false. Because if practice makes perfect is true, as being human beings, then on the flip side, how can to err is human be also true? Right? There is no perfection when it comes to people or mankind or human animals.
No, but the idea is by chasing perfection, you attain excellence.
Okay, well, I was getting to that part. There you go again. Okay, putting the carts before the eggs and the horses. What I'm saying to you is the whole point. Don't criticize yourself. The point is practice makes permanent, right? The word choice that we use in expressing ourselves is critical to the conveyance of said message or expression. So when he says we're chasing perfection, knowing full well we will not catch it, absolutely, Mr. Lombardi. Shout out to Mr. Vince.
Yes, sir.
Because he's saying here, we as people, we can't be perfect. However, because nothing is perfect, he says, but we are going to relentlessly chase it. Because in the process, we will catch excellence, no question. He said, I'm not remotely interested in just being good. Shout out to my man D Gully from the CO Lum Bus. We're glad you could join us. Shout out to Gully.
Yo, what's up with it?
What the deal be? What the deal be, baby? I'm gonna read Vince Lombardi. We on what he said portion of the program right here, right now. I'm gonna read what Mr. Lombardi said right quick, Gully, and I'm gonna get your thoughts and Double J's thoughts on what do you all think he means, in the grand scheme, by saying this, Mr. Lombardi, what he meant rather when he said this. Gentlemen, we are going to relentlessly chase perfection, knowing full well we will not catch it, because nothing is perfect, but we are going to relentlessly chase it. Am I saying this right? Sound like I'm not messing this up right quick, right? Don't hire me for no voiceovers. Gee whiz. Because in the process, we will catch excellence. I am not remotely interested in just being good. Oh, and let me add one more too. I mentioned before I read his statement or his quote here. Jerry Kramer played for Lombardi, in those early Super Bowl teams, and he said when it comes to winning and losing, he said we never lost. He said we just ran out of time. So I'm just saying, give me your thoughts on what Mr. Lombardi said here. Because who outside of Paul Brown is probably arguably the most influential coach in NFL history? Okay, do I need a cue to Jeopardy music?
You set yourself up to be the best version that you can be. So if perfection is the best version that you can be, knowing we can't be there, we have to. It's like this. Quite simply put, when you have your child and he's playing a basketball or football, particularly basketball, because that's where you can still play the game even if you're not of size. When he's a 6-year-old, you're gonna have him playing with 8 to 10-year-olds, and when he's 8, you're gonna have him playing with 14-year-olds, and when he's 10, he's probably playing with high schoolers, and when he's just in high school, he's playing with he's always playing against a better version of himself, and therefore, despite his perhaps actual limitations, the ability to see, understand, and play the game above his means, it will naturally come because of the level of his competition. Aspiring for perfection is aspiring for perfection. Understand and forgetting that you won't get it, basically, and becoming, and growing amnesia to the fact that you won't get perfection, but still acting like as if you can get it anyway, will make you the best version of yourself as an athlete and as a person that you can be.
Interesting. All right, then, Gully. Whoa, Gully, you must be ready today. Double J. Yeah. Well, shout out to that. Should I give him a button? I will.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in other words, Double J, your take.
I think when you read something like that, it doesn't come as a surprise that the individual and the collective, that's how you get a collective to buy in. Right.
Okay. All right, man. Y'all firing on all cylinders.
When you make
shout out to the turnbuckle. Is that what that is? I mean, sort of. I mean, the way Gully just spit and the way you starting to spit, I'm reminded of what AntMan, who getting ready to play, man, said in regards to playing in the Feebles, how it prepared him for the season. So obviously the turnbuckle done prepared y'all for that. The shop report to P. Rogan. Okay, y'all go ahead. What were you saying there?
Yeah, just simply put, it's not a surprise to me that someone like that was able to achieve the amount of success, and again, team success, right? He wasn't setting foot on the field other than just the sideline, but was able to be a leader of men and get 53 guys to buy in and ultimately set a standard that is currently still being shown as something that you want to achieve in the modern day. And so when it transcends time like that, it really emphasizes how important that particular message was and how great he was as a leader and motivator.
Yeah, no question, man. We're going to try to keep things rolling right along because I particularly want to see this matchup between this game one, as much of it as I can possibly. You know, see, we got a show to do, right? The show must go on, but I do want to see it. Yeah, for me, though, you know, at the end of the day, man, Lombardi, you know, always push yourself to be your best out of respect for your craft. Always push yourself to be your best out of respect for your craft, man. If you're going to do something, then put the work in to be the best at it. You know what I mean? And work better or to be, well, I don't want to say that. You know what I mean? Again, you can't be the best. I don't think it's the best because it's going to always be somebody coming after you. You know what I mean? We had this conversation before about
I think that's room for debate. I think that's room for debate, though.
Well, not necessarily, because again, we had this conversation before when we talked about the NBA, like Dr. J. People were saying, "Oh, we will never see another Dr. J." No, that means that he was they broke the mold. No, they didn't. We saw Jordan, and obviously from the talent standpoint, we saw LeBron and so on and so forth. Now look, we're seeing Wemby.
But this is that's what I'm saying. That's where I disagree. There's a point in time where you're seeing the best. The idea of it is the problem. The conflict is when we say GOAT. We saying the best that you see right now is the best that will ever be. No, it's always in that moment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah. Shout out to my man once again, Vince Lombardi, for laying it down. And for all my readers out there, you all might want to pick up that book. It's called Instant Replay. It was written by Jerry Kramer, former Packers offensive lineman under Vince Lombardi. All right, let's keep things rolling. We can really talk about some college football and the playoff expansion. Should there be more teams in the college football playoff? But before we do, we're going to take a 20-second timeout. When we come back, college football playoff expansion. Don't you touch it. We'll be right back. That's right. We back, baby. That's right. Eddie G's Cookies. That's you want to get an order of them good cookies. I'm trying to tell you right now. EddieG's.com. Place your order today. And if you're on your way to Grandma's house, I don't know if you're going 71 or 77 South, but don't stop at the Travel Centers of America going towards Columbus because obviously D Gully was there and they didn't have any. You know what I mean? Boo. I was going to hit the button, but I think I'm a little bit better than. But anywho, let's talk about this college football playoff. I saw this the other day. Now we see that it took the NCAA forever and a day to expand from 4 to what is it now? 8? Is it? Or is it 12? Mm-hmm. It's 8.
Oh. Yeah.
This year will be 8, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all asking, I'm not the expert.
This year will be 8. Right. And if I understand correctly, I thought that the expansion to 12 was already in play. They're gonna go to 8 and then go to 12. Is that incorrect?
Listen, I'm just a paper boy. You all are the
Double
experts.
J. I know.
Okay.
I know. That's why I'm asking Double J.
Oh, okay. You cracking up funny. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
Anywho, what you asking him for? He look at his face. He incredulous. He don't know either. Yeah, everybody getting a pink slip today. That's what I'm finna do. I'm gonna go on Facebook and I'm getting ready to start. Yeah, I'm sending out applications.
Whoa. As of 4 hours ago, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and ESPN strike a 5-year deal for college football playoff games. So when what was his name? Vasily, something like that.
Who?
Remember him, the CEO?
Yeah,
said I don't need the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
look at that. Look,
he
needed something though.
The CEO said he don't need the NBA.
Yeah, remember last week we was talking about the CEO for Turner from TNT, and we're gonna get to that in our NBA portion of the P program. You know, Charles, EJ, Kenny, and Chuck, they out of there. This is their this upcoming year, I think, is their last year, which is a travesty. But anyway, so you saying the TNT CEO then struck a deal? Repeat that.
Yeah, so this is reported 21 minutes ago by Last Call on CNBC that Warner Brothers, Discovery, and ESPN strike a 5-year deal for college football playoff games.
That's the only way. That's the only way to placate folks who tuned in to see inside the NBA.
So here's what happened. Remember this, that the deal for the college football playoff was already, those rights were already sold to ESPN. They sub-licensed it to TNT for several first round and quarterfinal CFP games.
Okay, so whoa. So wait, are they going to redo the deal?
No. So the original broadcast rights, and I'm shocked that there's not a clause in there, but
correct,
because typically you would think that far ahead, but apparently this is where the NCAA maybe never anticipated something like this occurring, which is someone then dangling it out there like, hey, we'll sell some first round matchups. And that's exactly what ESPN did. I would be intrigued to see what the actual dollar amounts that were in exchange, because we know how much they were reported.
Well, it's got to be more than 2.5 billion. Isn't that what was the deal for NBC snatching the media rights for the NBA?
Yeah, right. It was around that figure.
It's 2.5 billion. So it's got to be more than that, because this seems Go ahead, Gully. What you gonna say?
No. So I was bringing up something related to NBA, but I want to stick on past. I'm going to stick to the CFP.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I'm wondering if what you just read, Double J, and why we even bringing this to the show today, if the EA Sports college football game has something to do, where does this fit in all of this, if at all?
It really does speak to the status of what's going on within the mind of TNT. Essentially, where do we go from here?
Okay.
Additionally, it reiterates that future deals, I'm telling you now, this will probably never happen again. That there will be something in there that will say there's no way you're going to sell this to someone else. They literally repackaged.
Yeah, that's unprecedented.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So, not from the middleman. You know what I mean? Like that was. It's not their product, and they bought the rights, and that gives them the autonomy to resell it. Now, if it totally
that gives who? Wait, who gets the ESPN?
The purchaser of the right? Yeah, ESPN. They sold it. Yeah.
I mean, it's deemed technically sub-licensing, but it is what it is. They sold it. It's not going to show up on ESPN.
Okay, so is that why ESPN got to start laying off people about 5 years ago? Trying to save money,
add this to the conference. Licensing. But what about the numbers? So when did ESPN acquired the rights originally, right? For how much? Like, is that the 2.5 billion or whatever?
No. That's NBC. You mixing it up, I think. The NBC.
So how much did ESPN acquire the NCAA right? How much did they pay for the rights originally?
We don't know. I don't know. Do you know, Double J? What you getting ready there? What you throwing up now?
That's the agreement.
Okay, let me read it here. ESPN and TNT Sports have reached a 5-year agreement for TNT Sports to sub-license select college football playoff games from ESPN beginning with the upcoming college football season. So let me stop right there. The playoff expansion went from what, 4 to 8 and is going to 12, is it right?
Correct. So
but that's next year, though, it's going to 12.
Yes, but remember, in March, ESPN signed a 6-year extension valued at a reported $7.8 billion that will keep the playoff under its umbrella through the 31-32 year.
Okay, so stop right there. I don't mean the sideshow, but I'm getting ready to, or switch gears, if you would. So then, if all of this money being doled out on these media deals, why is there still a question or an issue with NIL money? Why?
Well, look, you got a lawsuit going on, right? With the current Georgia player that, I'm talking about the player who sued the coach.
Oh, that I didn't know about. What happened?
The former Florida quarterback who transferred out, went to Arizona, or Arizona State. No. And then he transferred again to Georgia, is suing the Florida coach because of NIL money.
Again, to my point, but it's 7.8 and 2.5 billions of dollars being set out for media rights.
Right, but remember who that's exchanged
that, though.
Through. Right, remember unfortunately, this is where, to me, there should be, I would expand this thing to 24 right away.
Yeah, okay.
Because with each of those, at that point, you can pay $100,000 per game.
Oh, it's no question. We get into that in a second. Don't get ahead of yourself there, Double J. Settle down, Kimo. Settle on down. TNT Sports will present 2 first-round college football playoff games during the 2024 and 2025 seasons. In addition to the first-round games, TNT Sports will add 2 quarterfinal games each year, beginning with 2020, that's a 2026 season. All right, through the 2028 season. TNT will be the primary network televising the sub-licensed CFP games among additional TNT Sports distribution platforms. Yeah, that's what the deal is, because a lot of folks are upset highly that ain't gonna be no more EJ, Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq. I mean, seriously. And this, you had to do something like this in order for people to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna miss them. But okay, in other words, once NBC, and I'm just throwing this out there, once NBC got their media rights, whatever move is going to be made after that, you can't same grade, you got to upgrade. And from what you're saying here and what we're reading here, this on paper looks like an upgrade. Y'all with me so far? You agree or disagree?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, this got to be an upgrade. This is the only thing you could do. You can't if you're gonna break up. But
that's a much smaller amount of content versus an NBA season, though. I mean,
but college football. But college football. Once college football season hit, ain't nobody think about nothing else. People check their watch through a baseball season because they can't wait for football season. Okay, and this is a big deal for college football. It is. We're getting ready to get to our 2014 possible format sheet here in a second. Let me finish reading here. ESPN will present all other college football playoff games on its networks, including the annual college football national champion. Whoa. Well, it's always been wait a minute. College football national championship game. Wait a minute. Wasn't the championship game on ESPN anyway? Or was it
correct?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, there ain't nothing new there. ESPN will also continue to manage the sponsorship program for the presentation of the college football playoff. Okay. All right. That's good to know. Yeah, but I mean, I don't, without going into any more details or having any more context here, just from what we just read right now, this is definitely an upgrade. And again, no offense to the inside the NBA crew who just won another Emmy. You know what I mean, mind you, but that's what you had to do. You had to upgrade. You can't same grade, not on no stuff like that.
This isn't an upgrade. It's supplementary.
Yeah,
I mean, unless
what are you supplementing it with?
What I'm saying, bro, you talk about the college football playoff. The college football playoff is 4 weeks versus the entire NBA season.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
This is about viewership.
That's where I was going with that. Because
no, what I'm saying is, so you're saying that understanding that college football, there's all obviously a greater interest in college football than it is in NBA. But given the duration of the NBA season, you're still going to get there's still much more money earned in that shorter time frame than over the course of the NBA season. You get what I'm saying? The college football playoff season generates a significantly more revenue.
Well, listen, it's generating something. They talking about 7.8 something billion. You ain't paying 7.8 billion for something that ain't gonna make you 25 billion. I mean, I don't know exactly, but you don't pay. Listen, if you're spending that kind of money for something, you're expecting your return to be at least twice to thrice as much. And here's the kicker. Did you hear what I just said? We're talking about an NBA season where the drama surrounding an NBA regular season and hype, far outweighs the actual gameplay. Bruh, I had a couple of dudes tell me that the only reason they tuned into TNT on Tuesdays and Wednesdays or whatever, Tuesdays and Thursdays, is to see the inside the NBA and not the game itself. College football, even though college football is 5 minutes, once the season gets here, it feels like 50 years in one season. Because it's just so much, everything about college football and football, especially in the NFL too in general, every moment, every second of it is worthy of discussion. You get what I'm trying to tell you? The NBA ain't worthy of discussion. That's what makes Charles, EJ, Kenny, and Shaq watchable. That dynamic. They take garbage and make it palatable for the viewer. Because we've sat through, mind you now, let's rewind about 17 seconds ago when the Pacers was playing the Knicks here, one of them games, and they went 7 minutes without scoring. That's uninteresting. Them inside the NBA dudes make it garbage look very interesting. That's why people tuning in to see them and not the games. When you're watching college football, bro, you tune into the games, the announcers, the crowds, the bands, the cheerleaders. Did I say that? Yeah, all of that. You want any and all and everything that come with college football and football, period. With the NBA, you can do without. You'll take that and do without the rest. You know what I'm saying? That's what made them 4 dudes the best. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Let me get this graph up. WJ, you got my graph ready? Of course not.
One moment.
All right. I mean,
there we go.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Let's get this up here for y'all. All right. Let's check this out right quick. This is from a friend of mine on Facebook. And he himself said, he said, I was against expanding the college football playoff to 12 games. I thought 6 to 8 was sufficient enough. With all the opt-outs happening in college football, I would expand to 24 games like the FCS playoffs, or even more, eliminate bowl games altogether. Your thoughts? That's what they need to do. The FCS have you all ever watched FCS playoff? Say that. Let me hold on. Let me give myself a button. There we go. Have you all ever watched the FCS playoffs?
Absolutely.
No? Okay, good. Because there was a guy who played at North Dakota State before Carson Wentz that I really thought that the Browns would draft. That's Brock Jensen. The FCS playoffs, man, listen, they are edge of your seat, sit through the commercials, don't want to get up type of deal. And we had this discussion before as well. Like, how come the FBS won't do this? Because it was the money and the greed that goes along with each bowl game, right? Okay. But all of this stuff, the NCAA and the NILs and all of the stuff that done transpired as of late is getting ready to smash all of that. Go to a 2014 playoff. Ain't no more bowl games, bro. Or am I missing something here? Help me out. No? Nobody will help me out? Well, anyway.
Well, the thing is, you need the bowl games. You just retitled them the bowl games themselves. What are you talking about? That's exactly what they should be. And that way you get the fan bases to still travel and you maximize the actual attractiveness of said bowl games.
All I know is looking at this chart or this graph right here, this will be a great thing for college football. Do away with what you already got and do this.
So what happens to the teams that aren't a part of it?
I don't know, but we'll answer that when we come back. We'll take another break, y'all. 105, St. Clair, baby. Boom, 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 boom. 105. Don't touch it.
SK Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report. I'm Homie Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report.
My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Oh, you're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report.
Max McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Edwards from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report.
All right, we're back. All right, what were you saying, Double J?
No, just simply that you need the bowl games. The bowl games are sold as rights packages already, and that if you're outside of them, it puts even more of an emphasis for those that are not in the top 25.
Wait, what do you mean if you're outside of them?
So if you're not a Power 5 school, right? Because we're at a stage now where you have 2 mega conferences. And we're also on a precipice or on a collision course. If we're a very slippery slope, we're within 10 years, they will break away independently altogether and form their own league.
So are you saying this with Notre Dame in mind?
Won't
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that you will see that the need for a conference itself will no longer exist. You will see essentially what is been attempted in Europe, at least theoretically on paper, with the ideas of a super league. And so if you end up in one conference, if just to keep it simple, with your Alabamas, your Georgias, your Michigans, Ohio States, well, what does that leave for everyone else?
And okay, when you say, well, wait a minute now, see, you got to be specific now. When you say everyone else, who do you have in mind? Give me one of those everyone else.
I mean, literally Toledo. What happens if you're a MAC school? You have nothing to play for anymore? Is that the death of all of opportunity?
That's a good question.
If you're Eastern Michigan, you don't get products like Max Crosby anymore. You know, so we've already started to see the NFL trend this way, right? By killing the preseason, although there's a number of injuries that occur, rightfully so. But those rosters go from 93
to the 18th
53.
game, though.
Well, right, which is great for a fan. But if you are a player and you are on that fringe, again, 40 spots, roughly 40% of that team goes away.
No, you got 53 spots on the NFL roster.
Right,
which actually should be increased
from 93 down to 53. Right now, in this preseason, in this OTA time frame, there's 93 people a part of that team. And you're telling me they're going to have one chance at film? You have one bad game, literally. You now need to find a new career. So much as we hail these types of decisions, you have to look at a much more broader ripple effect. This is fantastic. It is. And it would be wonderful. And it should.
The way you're talking about it, I mean,
you have to understand both sides of the coin here. Literally, it is a coin. You're going to get what you wanted with every fringe opponent that's made the top 25, the UCFs of the world that have griped in the past, the Boise States. But realistically, even those opportunities would not have existed for those teams under this format unless they were ranked.
Okay, so all right, so let me ask you this then. If you're Toledo or Boise State, do you schedule more ranked opponents throughout your season?
How? Remember, you're limited. You're limited to a non-conference.
Yeah, but the universities schedule, they pick their opponents, don't they?
Three of them.
Three of them, yeah.
Unless you're an independent like Notre Dame.
So, okay, so what's your solution then for the Toledos and the Appalachian states and, the Montgomery, Alabamas and them?
The sad part is exactly what we're seeing here, but for them.
They get phased out no matter what.
No, that they would have their own. It would almost be like Division I AA.
Yeah. So they would move. It would be the legacy Power Fives or the legacy powerhouses. They are the 2014 playoff that gets all the shine, and then you'll have the MAC. You'll have the MAC and conference, whatever.
USA,
in its own
Okay,
the MAC and Conference USA. Yeah.
Okay, so then do you see college football going to a conference, a humongous conference, sort of like the NFL?
Yeah, we're already near there.
No, we already are there. What are you talking about? The Big Ten got like 19 teams. That's a Big Ten for real.
You got to go back in history and remember the Southern Conference was gigantic in the 60s or early 70s.
What Southern Conference? My gosh,
Right.
I read a lot and I ain't read about that. Southern Conference.
No, the Southern Conference, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Southern Conference? I'm not being facetious either.
Here, I'll give you from the 1950s. Let's see. Hang on, I'll pull who was in the old Southern Conference. Alabama, Auburn, Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Not so fast. Come on, man. I got an AARP card. My God.
Basically,
slow down.
The SEC.
Will you let the man read it, please?
And the ACC.
Okay.
Yeah, part of the Big Ten.
Okay, well, let me say this all over again. Okay, do we need a rewind button? Would you read them off again for me, one at a time, for the old people in the room? My gosh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so again, there were 17 teams in the old Southern Conference in the 1952, I want to say.
Why do I not know about this? And I'm being dead serious. And I done read all type of football books and sports books. I don't recall, but go ahead.
Well, how old do you think the SEC was? And I'm not joking at you.
I hadn't given it any thought. I just knew it was the SEC.
Okay.
I mean, I know that once upon a time, Carlos Bundrich was quarterback at Tennessee. I knew it went back a ways, but I didn't know specifically like when it was a Southern Conference. I didn't know. Is that what the SEC was called before they called it the SEC?
No, this is still the SoCon as we know it today.
Okay, so go ahead, read the teams off again for me. Go ahead.
So some of which just notable, I would say Clemson, Duke, Maryland, North Carolina, NC State, South Carolina, Wake Forest, and Virginia, the Virginia Military Institute, Virginia Tech, Washington, and Lee.
Wait a minute. You said Maryland and Washington. Those two stand out to me. Why would Maryland and Washington, when you say Washington, you mean on the DC side or Washington?
Yeah, the DC
west
side.
Okay, but why would Washington and Maryland be in the South? All those other teams are really
it's 1950s America. Where's the Mason-Dixon?
Well, I don't got it. You said that. Look how you gonna lean forward to the
Jeopardy
screen
music.
like I stole it. What you say?
The Mason-Dixon line?
No, not you. I'm talking about Captain Planet down there. What'd you say?
I said cue the Jeopardy music.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, just for you. How about that, Bob Barker? Oh, you know what? By the way, they coming out with a Happy Gilmore too. I can't wait to see that, baby. Shout out.
Why? There's no more Bob Barker.
Well,
stop it. There's still a Shooter McGavin.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. And while you over there smacking, what you over there eating? Funyuns, Flamers.
Oh, he's just giving a little bit of what you were doing there when you were on vacation.
Yeah, the championship episode.
Yeah,
one of our best ever shows.
Yeah, literally the championship. Ha ha, he ha ha, Helen.
There's the title of the show right there.
Yeah. Okay. So in other words, Maryland. Even still, I don't care if it was 1935. Maryland ain't nowhere near South.
So listen, some of the again, you had Tulane, you had Florida, LSU, Mississippi against South Carolina, Vanderbilt. Hold
on. Hold that thought. Let me get to this comment. Let me get to because I'm trying to figure out where this fits in with Southern Conference. Mrs. Alva weighing in saying, just make sure to get your pet spayed and neutered. Oh my God. What that got to do with Southern Conference football?
That got to do with The Price is Right and Bob Barker.
Oh, wow. Man, I really am. It ain't. Go ahead, Double J. Finish what were you saying there?
Yeah, so again, some of the schools that were a part of this were so the 1921, the 14 Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association met at the Atlanta Piedmont Hotel to establish the Southern Conference. The inaugural meeting officials were Alabama Polytechnic, which is Auburn today, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi State, North Carolina, NC State, Tennessee, Virginia, and Virginia Tech, and then, like I said, Washington and Lee. Then the expansion continued with Florida, LSU, Mississippi, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, VMI, so the Virginia Military Institute, and Duke. Dude, this was a absolute powerhouse.
You said this, man. That sounded like you said 17. Sound like you read 1700.
I'm telling you, because it wasn't just. It was not who. It was who.
You know who? Huh? Mrs. Alva weighing in again. Pull that AARP card again. Wow, really? Stay off the Lucia. My gosh. I see somebody. Don't let the sauce be your boss. Okay? Just saying. My gosh. Yeah, okay. So then what do you do again? Tell me. Toledo got to become what? Notre Dame of the Northeast or Ohio? Because you got Bowling Green, Ohio University.
Eastern Michigan, Western, Central.
Right.
Miami
of Ohio, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you do then?
You would literally have a secondary bracket. You would have to, unless these teams. I believe by 2034, coincidentally, when this deal expires, right? Pay attention to that. Okay. When the existing terms expire, when they come to the bargaining table, the one that's going to be left behind is the NCAA themselves.
Well, they need to be. We remember now, 2,500 years ago when we started doing this, we asked from the beginning, like the NCAA. Now, like why are they needed? Now, I understand at the beginning they were, because if you go back, ESPN, I believe, was doing like a sort of documentary on college football, 150 to 150 years of college football or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, early on in the late 1800s, college football, players were dying on the field with regularity. There was a lot going on back then, with leather helmets, Newt Rockney and myself, I played for Dartmouth.
And one for the Gipper.
I mean, come on. Where do you think that came from? It came from me, all right? Me and Abe Lincoln was sitting there playing tunk, I'm telling you. And he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Gippy. I was win one for me, buddy. I'm just saying. And then it
Good thing you didn't say yes to those tickets at the Ford Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You never lied. Yeah, you never lied. Yeah, I had homework to do that. I was actually in class. I'm just saying. But so, because of all of the what was going on in college football at that time, I forget who it was, but they put together this governing body, which then became the NCAA. Okay, that was necessary for then. But here in modern history in the modern era, the NCAAs, the Mark Emmerts and all of them, the game done passed them by. Yeah, get rid of them. Good riddance. Bye. Good gone, bye. I always said that the university should police themselves anyway, so to speak. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, there's the universities policing themselves is what led to the NCAA.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
All
no,
right.
It's not. No, it's not. No, you need to look that up. Yeah, no, it's not. I'm telling you. What you talking about? Man, don't make it be a Mike Tyson fake Paul part 2 up in here before July.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be Mike or Jake, so I wouldn't do that.
But I ain't fake. I ain't fake. Imagine that.
That's cool. The loss would be real though. However you want to take it.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know what, you young buck, you know what I'm saying? You young Golden Graham type folks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kill me talking about the loss. I don't care about wins
bro. I'm Golden Graham's original recipe. I'm Golden Graham's retro recipe. All right.
Then. All right, then, Pancake Bob. Listen, I ain't worried about taking no loss. I done lost 7 teeth, and that's all I got left, and 4 in my pocket. So I ain't worried about taking no loss, man. Please, I'm over here chewing on doggone baby strained peas, man. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I just rule the day. I got to wear the pins.
So no, I like to explore that. You saying that the universities should police themselves? You thinking that the universities themselves are capable of doing that?
I don't know if they're capable or not, but I mean, the NCAA done botched it.
Mm.
Do you think the
I don't
NCAA
know that they
as a governing body is okay? Well, let me ask this question: do you think the NCAA as a governing body is necessary for today's landscape of college football?
I don't think that they're necessary. However is the NCAA is just like a commissioner like Roger Goodell.
Valid. Okay. I could actually see them taking
or they could be a commissioner like Rob Manfred.
Well, there haven't been, and they won't be.
What you mean? They have been. They have been terrible, and they are terrible.
Right. Okay. So, but they tell me this. When was the last time, aside from a team crying about not getting into a spot, when was the last time the college took issue with the NCAA ruling, or in the 90 percentile that I'm guessing?
The NIL, the NCAA got a problem with the NIL. What are you talking about? They didn't want players.
No, you ain't hear what I said.
Yeah, because I didn't hear what you said.
The NCAA has a problem with the NIL. So do the colleges.
Interesting.
The NCAA had a problem with the NCAA, the colleges was cool. Okay, let me ask you this.
Cool with
okay, let me ask you this then. Okay, then slow down there, Smokey Robinson. Not okay. I ask you again, as a governing body on the college football landscape today, is the NCAA necessary? Because you're talking about a commissioner. Okay, they may be that, but in this case, like Rob Manfred, okay, they are no more than a figurehead. Matter of fact, let the universities figure it out. Because who are you? You're just taking up a spot. You ain't doing nothing. Don't act like Roger Goodell for the NFL.
What I'm arguing is that the NCAA is an excuse for the colleges to misbehave, is what I'm trying to tell you.
No. Listen, they can't no more, no less misbehave.
Would not be more beneficial to these athletes than the NCAA. It's not the NCAA that's getting in the way with colleges doing right by the players. The NCAA is the excuse for colleges to continue mistreating players. They are the same coin, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you mean to tell me colleges want to move in a certain way, but they're saying, "Oh, well, we bound by the NCAA, so we have to behave." Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is
colleges have more integrity than the NCAA, the governing body.
No.
That's what I'm arguing.
Okay, I know, but your argument is floppy. Okay. First of all,
show me an instance where a college wanted to do right by a team or players.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm not suggesting that.
But so why not? I guess that's the very crux of my argument.
No. That's not. Well, I don't know what the crux is. Okay, but the Croods. That's it was a nice movie and all that. What I'm saying to you is, what you're saying is not it doesn't have merit, but it's double talk. I asked you the question: is the NCAA as a governing body necessary? And you said no. And then you went on to proceed to tell me to check out line that they are a commissioner. Well, guess what? So is Roger Goodell. So is Rob Manfred. But it's the reason why, if you are the commissioner, what your commissionary duties, if that's even a word, because Pete Rozelle is gone. You are a bad example of a commissioner. And why do we need you? Why do we need you as a commissioner?
Right, to do as proxy with the guys who pay who give you your job to do.
Okay, so you okay with the NCAA? So no, okay, so you're speaking for the NCAA then. You think they should stay in place?
What I'm trying to tell you is I don't know where they're gonna go. Because what I'm saying is the NCAA serves to benefit the colleges.
And how are they? And do you think that they've done that? Do you think Mark
benefited the colleges? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Ed O'Bannon, who did he sue?
How did they benefit the colleges? And they put the colleges on suspensions and programs and took championships and all that stuff away. How?
No.
Yeah.
They took stuff away. Listen, they took stuff away from players, and they did that. Okay, some colleges got suspended, and because other colleges was crying about it. Basically, colleges got suspended and stripped because other colleges were crying about the stuff that they were already doing. That's why.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When Chris Webber came out and said, I see my jersey in stores, bookstores, and the college bookstores or whatever it is, selling for whatever price. And if I took him out to McDonald's, he would get that would be an infraction, right?
Yep.
Do you think the colleges would have done that to him? Because the NCAA did.
Because they did. Tell me this. Okay, when that happened, right? Tell me this then. Show me a frame of reference where a spokesman or ambassador or the dean of admissions or the dean of students or the athletic director for Michigan felt bad for Chris Webber's position. You won't find an article. You won't find a comment about it.
First of all, I don't know his name, and I can't say whoever it was at Michigan. And I'm no Ohio State football fan by all means. We all know that, right? But Gordon Gee, I'm pretty sure you can find instances where him and what's the Ohio State's athletic director, Smith was his last name. Smith? Yeah, go look at some of the stuff that they said on behalf of players. Both of them shocked me, and they're on record. Now I can't tell you what was said. Okay, because like the transmission on the 68 Buick that's been sitting in the garage too long. Yes, my memory do be slipping, but I know that they both have said, listen, I tell you that I put it like this. Go look up 5 things Mark Emmert, head of the NCAA mafia, said in favor of a university or player versus the university's top folks saying in favor of the university or the player and get to go to that university.
You're suggesting that universities will be okay with paying players and getting NIL deals?
No, What I'm telling you is the players and the university have a better chance of the university being in favor of the player, even if it's only 1 time or 2 times out of 5. Mark Emmert is 0 for 5.
Right.
Why do you think they call the NCAA NCAA mafia? Why?
I don't see.
Because they ain't in favor of nobody and nothing. Get rid of them. Be gone. Poof. Bye-bye.
Nah, man. They help. They help colleges that call out other colleges for doing the same bad behavior. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and they also listen. Let me tell you something. What Mark Emmert and the NCAA as a governing body really remind me of. They like attorneys. You're right. Don't matter what side it is, or Republicans and Democrats. They'll both sell you out over a cup of coffee. I ain't worried about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's keep. Can we keep things rolling, or we want to keep going back over world championships or NBA championships? That what we doing now,
bro? What you need a button for? You need a button for force feeding. You need a force feed button.
Okay, so let me ask this last thing before we move on to some NBA talk. Cause I gotta go. I want to watch this game, man. Don't do this. I'm gonna call your mother. That's what I'm finna do. Cause you just be beside yourself here on a Wednesday. It's too late for all of this. Will we see this happen? Will we see college football go to a 2014 playoff?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Will this be good for college football?
I think so.
Well, I mean,
I would say it would be good for the
Hold up,
college
Double J.
football
Hold on.
fans. Okay.
Hold up, Double J. Don't do it, Gully. Don't hesitate now. Like, don't pause now. Like, let me give it some thought. I done
told you several instances. I done told you several instances since the inception of the four. Well, probably because it was a 14 playoff. But while there has been a 14 playoff, it's been more instances of teams missing the mark and disqualifying themselves from a playoff than it have been from a BCS. Like the BCS in some instances, in some years, made more sense. But again, that's probably 2016, 2020. Let's do it. Me and you done did it. We could run the tape. Me and you done both came to this being together.
You being disrespectful now. Did you gonna say that 2016? You gonna throw that out there real quick? You were trying to show me up? My memory skills are terrible. Like, look, y'all, I can remember, and the old guy can't. Okay, I got you.
Well, hey, listen. Listen, you showed them better than I told them.
Okay, the disrespect's at an all-time high today. I can see that. Wow. Okay. Anywho, yeah, I'm in agreement. I think the 2014 playoff will be a great thing. You know what I mean? It'll take college football, in my opinion, even though my opinion don't matter much, according to the guy from Columbus, the IT guy. I don't know why. Always over there electrocuting stuff.
So when it comes to the 2014 playoff,
listen, let me
is it going to be just basically you looking? How are they going to determine the 20? Is it just going to basically take the top 25 minus, and the 2015 is just not in the playoff, or how does it? Do we know how they're going to decide who the 2014 are?
Hey, look, Gully's already on it.
Hold on.
Look at that. A play-in for that 25th spot, or get the number 1 seed, a bye, a double bye, a triple bye, triple bypass.
Yeah, because that's what he's going to need.
Like your idea better, Double J.
He getting ready to get a triple whoop. It's not a bypass. Let me tell you something right now. Don't talk to me like a child. I played Hamlet at Cambridge. Okay, what's my motivation? Excuse me. I need to know. Okay, that ain't what we're doing right now. You understand me? BSJ, baby.
Just wait until I get on video. I'll be on video here momentarily.
Right, he's over here like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, okay, got you. We got another comment. Thank God somebody weighing in, because this right here, these shenanigans is out shenaniganizing themselves. Shout out to Travis Wilson. We got a newcomer, baby. Travis Wilson, TW, baby. You understand me, in the building, he says. Going to a 24-game playoff will be good for the fans, for the NCAA as a whole. Hard to say. Okay. Would I love to see it? Sure. However, I think it would have to be structured accordingly. It could get very interesting. Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm glad somebody on here is making some doggone sense, because that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And this guy down here, that's twice you done did that. I'm going to call your mother. I know your mother. I'm going to call her, because you be out here acting up for real. I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean? Then he going, Double J, you see how you going to pause? Yeah,
right.
2016, 2018, you just rattling them off the brain, knowing I can't keep up. It's so disrespectful. Listen, a note to the viewers out there and the folks that's weighing in and listening. Don't disrespect the elderly, okay? All right? That's what you do, young fella. I'm talking to you downstairs right there. You just keep on living. That's what you do. College football 2014 playoff, soon, or coming soon, should I say, to a ball field near you. Meanwhile, this college football NCAA football game, when is it supposed to drop? I mean, because they've been doing all of these screenshots and all of this garbage. I'm tired of seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Like fight night. When is it going to actually come? When is it happening? Now y'all ain't got nothing to say.
Wait, the video game you said?
Yes.
Absolutely. This July. The promo is dropped. I wish we could actually play it, but unfortunately the program has grown where we get flagged. So I will just say this. It is out there. I encourage all of you to see it. Of course, I'm getting my shop report swag first, but then I am pre-ordering the game with the Hall of Fame package. Don't know what that includes. Don't care. I've waited over a decade for this, and it is time.
That's just to get you spend extra money. Only thing
I don't care. I don't care. They could have charged 5 times what they're charging for this game, and I would have paid it.
Listen, the Hall of Fame package, all it includes is a gold-plated watch. That's it. I'm just trying to. Oh my goodness, my man TW weighing in again. Okay, good looking out. I'm glad somebody is on it.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to TW. He said NCAA 25 drops July 16th. See, this is what we need: specificity. Okay, I said when do it drop? And y'all say, probably in July. Like what year? Like 30, 38 or something? My gosh, what date? And he, of course, TW waiting, and he said, hit the nail on the head. You know, July 16th. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody paying attention on. Yeah, absolutely. Gully dropped out. He should be back with us shortly here in a few. But anyway, we're gonna keep the show rolling. College football, the game. I'm not really into the game. The only game I'm really into anymore is iRacing. Okay, that's the real.
That's a great game to be in. Try the World of Outlaws racing. It's arguably.
No, I'm not doing any more racing until I get a rig. I'm setting a room. Okay. I got a room I'm setting up right now. I got to get a full rig, bro. With the concave, with the screen. Yes. I got it. Yes. That's the only way to truly experience it.
You know, they were selling one for about $300.
Where?
North Carolina, though.
And
one
of
the
I could have had my brother go pick it up. You just now telling me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's get to this other comment.
I know. You know what? I didn't even realize that. I would have actually said something a lot sooner.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that. Mrs. A weighing in again. When Double J stops responding, don't worry. He will be playing his game he has waited forever for. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I already know. Okay. Yeah, and I think we have to get a new system over here. Hey, speaking of which, should I get the Xbox? My boys play. Should I get an Xbox? Because they seem like they got 25 different versions of Xbox. Xbox XJ1, Xbox Jaguar, Xbox Subaru, Outback. My gosh, I'm tired. I can't keep up with all of it. Or should I get a PS5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10?
Well, I will say this. I will give them the business on both. And so no matter what you choose,
so you're not going to recommend one. You're just going to hop right over that for a recommendation.
Well, I will say this. Look, the ultimate pass, the ultimate game pass that Xbox offers versus the annual subscription that PlayStation offers, I felt like Xbox gives you more games and has earlier release dates of the current year's titles if you haven't purchased them before PlayStation does.
Okay, so which system has the better online experience?
Xbox.
He didn't hesitate to say that.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I see
for years, from the Xbox Live has been a paid service since its inception. Whoa.
Okay. Yes. You want to say that fast 2 times?
Yeah. Since its inception.
$5.99. Makasaki. You better get them Bruce Lee kicks, baby.
Hey, listen. When Floyd Mayweather retired at 50-0, he's been punched before. Consider that the one jab that you'll get off in this fight.
Ooh. Hello, police. Shots fired.
Hold up, man. You got me sadly mistaken, bro.
I know what he did. I know what Mosley did. Listen, I know what Mosley did. We seen that round 2. We got it. He was wavery, but listen, how did the rest of the fight go?
I tell you
that
what.
window closed.
I tell you what. Let me remind you of a fight.
You got the one. I was woozy. I had to clutch. Ding, ding. The round's over. All right, we back to our regularly scheduled program.
Absolutely
Try it again.
Because I tell you what. You, Prince Nassim, me, Marco Antonio Barrera.
No.
I've seen that on the flying carpet. That Prince Nassim.
Yeah, that one that got hands laid on him by Marco, baby. That's right.
Babyface assassin, huh?
Hey, has there ever been a greater ring entrance in terms of body of work than Prince Nassim?
Hold on, what you mean by that?
Think about it. That guy put so much
self-explanatory utilization.
He set the standard. It should be the Prince Nassim entrance. Like he has exceeded
even better
than WWE.
Even bigger than Roy Jones, right? Even bigger than Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah. Absolutely. Who I think rapped his own entrance at one point with the "Can't Be Touched" song.
I wish he didn't.
On one of Aiden's videos, I believe that's also the theme music for. So
Yeah,
y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, no, I give Prince Nassim that. You know what I mean? But he also, you all like him, you also gonna get these hands. Keep it up here. That's all I'm telling you. Let's keep it, because I'm telling you, what you fail to realize there, young buckarone, that these hands is ready to eat for everybody. Okay. I'm just letting you know that. We're gonna keep the show rolling.
He got 47 seconds. He got 47 seconds.
Shout out to college football in the 2014 playoff.
He'll be on the side.
Yeah, to a bowl game near you. And speaking of
Boiler Gang on both consoles, you can invite me to your Dynasty League, and you will kick me out because I will beat you.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Those some words, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm terrible at NCAA football. I'm terrible at Madden. I ain't played it in a long, long time.
Okay, well, I mean, we didn't really need to know that, but anyway, we're gonna keep the show rolling. Wow, what we do? So you're terrible. That's really what you're saying. Our last item on the menu is, of course, the NBA Final Four. We are here. Game 1, Minnesota and Dallas is going on right now. Double J, can you give us an update?
I sure can. The current score is, hang on. I'm trying to update. No, they have. It is the end of the first quarter with Minnesota leading 33-27.
We're going to get to all of that. Settle down. Whoa. Settle down. We're going to get to that. But before we get into our Final Four and what games were lost, which games are currently going on and will be taking place tomorrow, I believe, let's talk about the NBA and this media rights deal and so on and so forth. Oh, Double J, I needed more context here. I don't. Oh, thank you. My gosh. Thank you. Could you enlarge that, please, maybe? Okay.
Wemby's too tall.
Okay, I don't need to see him. I want to see what it's saying here. With a $7 billion, we kind of talked about, we touched on this a while ago. With a $7 billion annual media rights deal looming, NBA players could make up to $95 million a year on Supermax contracts in the future. Dr. J is seething right now. Okay.
Well, this is where the joke came in that about Aiden with the growth shots and changing sports.
Don't do that, man. We talking about growth shots.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh, I didn't know that. See? Don't do
The
that.
show almost became a PSA. Watch, we was about to get Sarah McLachlan to play.
Right.
And he was about to sit her in and listen.
Yeah.
No, wait.
I mean, what do we make of this, man? This is oh my, we just listen. No, oh my gosh.
The cat's meow.
No, that ain't the meow. That's like the cat's tail being pulled. What I'm trying to tell you, that's what that sounded like. What do we make of this? I mean, come on, bro. So that means the 8th man on the bench is gonna get 95. Is that
literally?
Yeah,
literally.
No, Supermax contract. Depending on how that roster shakes up, this could float a super team having, your 9th on the bench being like a $22 million a year player.
So Austin Rivers,
that's a bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bargain.
Gone are the days of Paul George at $57 million being viewed negatively. Unbelievable.
Right. Here's the question.
I know NFL players.
LeBron might stick around a little bit longer for this.
No disrespect to those who are literally, unfortunately, but not sticking around long enough for him to be in no wheelchair or nothing like that. Nobody want to see that. Shady Acres, here he come by. Anyway, I know NFL players are not happy.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to refer back to, obviously I've Derrick Rose and I have been acquaintances a few times, and I talked to him about the fact that he was able to make it that far, and he's on record of saying, I would have went harder if someone would have told me the true statistics. And this is something I'm very vocal to Aiden about, especially, as we approach tryout season and that type of thing, where what Derrick Rose was looking at was there's a million high school players, and then that number shrinks substantially at the collegiate level, about cuts in half, a little bit more than that. And ultimately what he's fighting for was to be one of 11. And at that point, when you realize that, when you're trying to be 1 in a million, literally, it really sets the stage. You talked about the Lombardi quote a little earlier, but it makes you naturally, you understand the challenge. And that's why whenever it comes to discussing wages for anyone or anything, if you are 1 in a million, then you should be able to name your price.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. At the end of the day, I see these numbers, and I'm glad for those guys. You know, I had an issue with some sports personalities here in Cleveland. Been some years talking about the first time, not the first time, but the country was in a recession at the time. The country had been through about 35 recessions. But at the time, Josh Cribbs was due for some money. He was a free agent drafted by, a free agent for the Browns or whatever. And then the personalities was, that wrote columns in the newspaper here. I think I told you all that. He's trying to be dismissive, like as though to say the Browns really shouldn't pay him or whatever it is. And I told the guy, I said, look, man, don't look at the NFL like you would the layman. Don't do that. On that level, you get what I'm trying to tell you? If the NFL, because he tried to say, well, the country is in recession, so the NFL ain't really got no money. Stop it. If you made $25 million or $1 billion one year, and because of the recession, you only made $15 billion, you're still in the green. So my point in saying all of that is we can't look at these guys from our perspective per se on, in that market and what they do, then they deserve every dime. I'm for every player getting whatever monies, because to the guy who's able to give it, again, we're talking about $95 million a year on Supermax contracts. So let's look at the other side of where it's coming from to be able to give these guys this type of money. Okay, they making 5 to 6, 7 times as more. All right, so okay, but I still, after saying all of that, when I see teachers and firefighters and police officers and people who really put their lives on the line every day, it's tough for me to look at this and see these types of numbers for guys who play basketball and ignore them folks who don't. It's just tough for me to see that, man. I just think the priorities in this country are bass accurate. I'm glad for them guys and the TV deals and getting their monies. I am. But like you mentioned about that coin, on the flip side, we got to do better, bruh, as a nation. Okay? We got to do better, because them folks, again, those teachers in them classrooms, nowadays you got metal detectors and things of that nature, which they didn't have when I was coming up, or, and they teaching now included in, used to be fire drills. Now included in the drills are, if a shooter comes into school, and here we are marveling at, the guy, the 8th guy, 9th guy on the NBA bench is going to be making $22 million a year. But the teacher who teaches his kids, she's making 22 cents. I'm just saying, I just had to throw that in there. But, shout out to these guys for this money that they about to get. But let's just spread the wealth, okay? That's all I'm saying. Let's spread the wealth. But, speaking of NIL too, one thing that I believe will be good, or the good thing that will come out of the NIL or all these NIL deals in college basketball, especially, there will be, but I'm going to say that fast 2 times. There will be more seasoned players now going into the NBA, because guys won't, that one and done is about to be done. If I know I can get $2 million or whatever from an NIL deal, I'll stay to my junior year, as opposed to coming out after my freshman year. Does that make sense or no?
Absolutely. And we've already started to see a little indication of that teams that have performed better in the NCAA tournament have been a little bit more seasoned.
Yeah.
Right.
Veterans.
You saw a 4th-year player that, people trying to say he's 25 years old and, as a critique, but he wasn't. He was a 4th-year senior, and Zach Edey, that simply put was a 3-star on the IMG second team and became a back-to-back National Player of the Year. Again, development is the name of the game. And then I seen him, shooting threes like he was KD at the combine. So sometimes this is why I said to Gully and to yourself that we're looking at this all wrong when it comes to an 18-year-old savior of any sports franchise, especially basketball. Like, if you're adult
everyday
mind,
life, but at 18, it's just in everyday life, you're not grown. Your age
correct.
does not
That's
make
what I'm
you
saying.
grown.
The adult mind
no.
is not fully developed until you're in your mid-20s.
You have to understand.
Not even then. Because with age comes wisdom is a false expression.
With
age should come wisdom.
Yes.
That's the true. Because I know some old fools.
Yeah.
And why you look at me like that? You know what? That's your last strike right there. Okay.
Are you quoting Whoop? There it is.
No, Whoop. That
an old
is what it's
fool
finna
so
be.
cool?
It's gonna be a Whoop, all right.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't about to Whoop that. You better be glad we don't.
Nah, you just quoted me. You took my quote as if I didn't say it to you on a phone conversation.
Whoa!
Oh, and that's why you about to take this.
Please,
you know what?
There's been more shots fired.
Listen,
you're trying to get me to use profane.
What we didn't tell the show is the undercard to Jake Paul, Mike Tyson is Barbershop versus D Gully.
Oh, no, it's not. No,
1.5 rounds.
No, it's not. No. Trust and believe.
That's all I need.
Let the people know and yourself for real. Barbershop Jay is just okay. I'm facetiousizing because Barbershop Jay is too light to fight and too thin to win. Okay, them days over with, baby. I'm gonna be sitting on the couch in my bunny slippers eating Haagen-Dazs. So you can have it. I'll watch you on the cards. Yeah, the only kind of cards we're gonna be playing is Uno. Okay, so that you know I'm good at that too. Anywho, yeah, let's get some more of this NBA talk, man, so we can get on out of here and watch this game. But before we do that, we're gonna take another B-rate, baby. Remind y'all about them Eddie G's cookies, son. Holla at your boy. Don't touch it. We get to your comments when we get back. Raise your hand.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
All right, we're back. Get them Eddie G's cookies, y'all. I'm trying to tell you right now. I'll lie for you before I will tell you. They are good. I was going to get to the comments right here in a second, Double J. My man TW weighing in again. He said 1.5 rounds. Heard it here first. Anyone taking the over under on that? What is here? What is he talking about? You talking about the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul?
No, I said me and you on the undercard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. You talking about? Okay, I'll see you, TW. No, TW, don't do that. No, don't poke the bear, please. Nah, don't stir that up. Don't stir that up, because I'm telling you right now. And I'm gonna be. Hey, look, I want one shot to the gut, and it's gonna be depends for me, baby. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just trying to tell you. I drink Pedialyte on the regular. I'm just saying, y'all just keep on living. That's what you do. The undercard, yeah, okay, the undercard, yeah, it's all good, TW. But yeah, man. So let's talk about these Final Four matchups. And I got a few questions I want to go and throw out here at y'all about the NBA playoffs. We got Pacers and Celtics. We saw how game one went. The Pacers should have won that game, bro.
Yes,
they should have won that game. I'm telling y'all right now, Boston is built for it. Their roster, but their style of play is not conducive to how they are built. And you look at their regular season numbers across the board, they was number one in this and number one in that and number two in this. They was at the top of everybody's accolades all year long. But when you watch them play, if you're a Celtics fan, you can lie if you want to, but you got your fingers crossed every time you tune in to them dudes right there, man. They don't look decisive as do Minnesota. And mind you now, the Knicks, okay, they didn't run out of gas. They ran out of bodies. because they were this close to going up 3-0 in that series against Indiana. Let's not act
so
like
you're
that.
Saying a Tom Thibodeau team broke down.
Don't do that, Double J. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, okay. See, this is okay. So now you want to get these hands too. I see. Okay, all right. Well,
don't do that.
All right. I'm gonna be like Mike Tyson. I'm gonna have to go back in training.
I got a question for you, Barbershop.
Question for who? Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I feel special.
All right. Okay. So, do you contend that Boston does have an identity that they play under, and it's not conducive, or do they not show up with that identity all the time? You get what I'm saying?
I know they've been in the conference finals, if I'm not mistaken, the 6 out of the last 8 go rounds.
Yeah.
And there's a pattern. And it's a reason why they ain't won one yet.
Got you.
That's all I'm saying. True that. They added True, speaking of, okay, solidified them on the perimeter defensively, and can give you 25, 30, 35 if necessary.
Yeah,
and
like you did yesterday.
Right, and Porzingis, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Porzingis come back, we'll see. But I don't know.
Game 4 is when he's
due back game 4.
Played it, yeah. But you still got to get your legs under you anytime out, especially now at this juncture in the season. Anytime in regular season or not, you still got to play your way back because mind you, Miami, we just saw that with the Heat when Jimmy Butler, who was it? Was Jimmy Butler? Oh, it was Jimmy Butler when he came back.
Yes.
They look. Oh no, my bad. The Clippers when Kawhi Leonard when he came back for that game, the Clippers they looked awful with Kawhi Leonard, and then Anunoby when Anunoby a couple games, 2 seconds ago tried to come back. He had to go right back off the floor. You know what I mean? So it throws your rhythm off. It does.
Right.
Even though that person or that player was an integral part to what you do. Boston winning, I tip my hat, man. They were supposed to. My gosh, you've been there 126 times. You better come away with one at least.
At some point, will you be in the conference finals 6 of the last 8 years? At some point, you guys got to enter the NBA finals as a favorite.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you something.
Would they be the favorite though over Dallas or Minnesota?
Well, they would be because of however the metrics and the prognosticators choose to do that. But the three of us have eyes on the game. There's no team that's a favorite to win the NBA finals right now other than Minnesota. Yes.
Okay.
I'm standing by that. I'm standing by that because of what they do. Like I said to you when they went up 2-0 versus Denver, I said they're team that plays like their nickname. They play like a pack of wolves. They are tenacious defensively, and they move.
Wait. I'm glad you said that. Not just with them, but a few teams we've seen in this playoffs. Is it really defense, or is it other teams are just missing shots?
In Minnesota's case,
imagine that in that Pacers Knicks, the Pacers went 7 minutes without scoring.
Yes, fair.
I mean, isn't that a culmination of the current era in the game?
Yeah, that's the way the game is played.
Yeah, right. That's why I call it Bransky ball. Not basketball.
But understand, but here's what I'm saying. So the two things are also true.
TW weighing in again. He said, if the Pacers want to win, they can't allow these kind of stats. Jason Tatum, 36.3 steal. Drew Holiday, 20 points steal. Jaylen Brown, 26.3 steal. First time in NBA history to have 3 players log at least 25 points and at least 3 steals. If they continue to allow that to happen, which highly doubted, they are out of the playoffs and it'll be quick too. But okay, I'm with you, TW. That makes sense.
Happen,
but get
go to overtime to get those.
Thank you. That's exactly where I was going.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No.
See, this is why. But hang on a second. Oh, now all of a sudden he's a believer. When a mere week ago, when I said the Pacers could knock off the Knicks because Brunson put up like 47 in the game, and I said, is he going to keep doing that? And then, if so, the supporting cast, then you shut them down, which has always been Boston's crutch. In these later rounds, when they came up against the Heat, Miami and Eric Spoelstra would focus on taking Jaylen Brown out of the game and allow Tatum to go off. And then you had I almost said bums, but you had plumbers like Al Horford that became average. Oh, shocker. And everyone else Derek White, and so on and so forth. And you realize they're far from stars.
Okay, let me say this, bro. I am not, for the umpteenth time, discounting numbers. Okay? Because in my opinion, they are arbitrary and universal. But I'm saying this, I use the eye test first and foremost. And I'm telling you, once again, despite whatever Brunson did or didn't do from a points per game standpoint, the Knicks were this close to going up 3-0 in that series with only 4 players.
Quite simply, numbers show what happened. They don't show why or how.
Thank you. Shout out. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, Jalen, all of them, everything that they did, true that. But guess what? Rick Carlisle inbounds the ball.
Should he have fouled?
Or should he call a timeout? So my point is this. Even with all of what TW just mentioned that the Celtics did, they still should have lost the game.
Yes.
They should have lost that game, bro. None of that would have mattered if Rick Carlisle had either called a timeout or they'd inbound the ball and maybe made it a free throw game. And Indiana still win, despite all of that taking place.
Yep.
So I'm saying the Celtics, their style of play, look at how they play now and go back and look at that game 7 when on the Western Conference side, James Harden was shooting Houston out of the game. Go look at the Celtics in that game 7 and tell me if these Celtics, even with the additions of Porzingis and True, don't look the same. When I watch a game, I'm looking at the style. I'm looking at how you're doing it. That's what I'm looking at first and foremost.
But you can't discount the fact that Boston
I'm not discounting.
Has set records.
Who?
At doing this at Boston. This Boston team.
Hey, and that Boston team they set records. And guess what? Them records, when nobody think about them records when without Donovan Mitchell, Austin Carr, Brad Doherty, and Mark Price, and Steve Kerr, when he was a Cavs, without them guys, the Cavs took Boston. They was lost by 1. That series could have been different.
No. I'm talking about this current team.
I'm talking about this current team. They just played the Cavs a series ago.
Yeah.
Go back. It was a game 3
Mark
or game
Price.
4.
No. He's being facetious.
I'm being. Oh my God.
You should have knew that, Double J.
Okay.
About time.
On purpose.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. I was doing it on purpose. Yeah. There you go. Take your step out. Yeah. There you go. Have a step.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's like hockey. We should do that, man. Whenever we out of pocket, we should just get the.
Yeah. Well. Seconds, okay, but so what are you suggesting that I do that because it won't happen?
Oh.
Okay. I pity the fool because I'm too pretty to the fools. Okay, baby.
You too pretty to the fools. Ain't that
okay?
Only
all
a
right.
fool thinks you pretty.
That ain't what I said there. Anyway.
That is exactly what you said. Run the tape.
Is that what I said?
I'm pretty to fools.
Okay, well, I got a stenographer. You want me to? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's your last one.
Still like that too.
That's your. Oh wow. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay, I see. Right now, I'm gonna have to get back in the gym. I see where this is going. Anywho, let's say the Celtics win the Eastern Conference Finals. Who are they? Against the Mavericks in the finals, who would you say was the favorite? Who would you pick?
I would pick
nothing.
The Celtics are a favorite against the Mavericks.
Oh, stop it. Man, please.
They are a favorite against the Mavericks.
Based
they
on
are
what?
An underdog because of matchup.
No.
I think the Celtics are a favorite against the Mavericks because
there you go.
Kyrie
Don't look at the sky. Look at me. Look at me.
Kyrie can be accounted for.
By who?
Luka can be contained. When I say accounted for, what I mean is, you're going to get 30. You're going to get something, right? Remember, some of the games, some of the most dominant series, some of the most lopsided matchups in history, in history, like finals upsets. Look at the Pistons series versus the Pistons 05 versus Pistons 04 versus the Lakers. Shaq still averaged 30. They still lost in gentleman's sweep.
But whoa. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare even try that. Don't try that. Don't try to make that comparison because here's the thing. If you're talking about that Pistons squad had more in totality than the Lakers. They could do that. Lindsey Hunter, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince. The Pistons had more collectively to outlast the Lakers.
I'm suggesting that the Celtics. Tell me, how deep is the Mavericks bench?
Deep. And
Deeper
let me tell you,
than the Celtics.
If I'm not mistaken, the Celtics maybe they really go 5 or 6. But here's the killer part.
Okay.
Here's the killer part about the Mavericks now.
Yeah.
Everybody, the focus is gonna be on Luka and Kyrie.
Right.
Okay. Who are now at this juncture playing complementary. Look it up.
Oh boy.
But it's the bigs for Dallas.
Okay.
The bigs for Dallas play a different style on their front court than do the bigs for Minnesota.
Okay.
Right? The bigs for Dallas, they freelance. And Lively, and who's the other guy, Double J? Give me the
Washington.
Yeah, and there was another guy. You know what? We're gonna take another break right quick. When we come back, we're gonna finish this right here. It's on the merch side, y'all. Come on, help a brother out, man. Go get some of that merchandise, baby. I'm selling merch here. 2929. We're gonna take a time out, son.
What it do, sports fans? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report. And guess what? The shop is now open for business, baby. If you're on Facebook, go to our fan page, The Shop Report. Click on more, and then shop to view all products. Or if you're on Instagram, click on the shop tab to see all our products. I mean, what you want me to do? I'm selling merch here.
Absolutely, baby. That's right. Get some of that merchandise, baby. That coffee mug is nice too. A couple of the folks at the job, they was like, "Oh, okay, I know you was doing it like that." I mean, you know, we doing what we do, baby. I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Can y'all help a brother out, please?
We got new merch that dropped. We got the bucket hat. We got the logo that you see behind me on a mug as well, and two different quantities too. So 9 ounces and 15, and then of course, as you've seen with plenty of the comments here, you can subscribe. It is literally $1. So less than a Happy Meal these days. And of course, your comments are pinned to the top. And of course, you get a fancy badge too with it.
Oh, absolutely. Shout out for that again, baby. Shout out to Double J, the marketing mastermind behind the whole situation and the scenarios, baby. Don't forget, y'all, when we get done, y'all, we got to stay in for a minute because Double J, we got to talk about the promotional and the video thing.
Remember, that's where you said you was going to do this?
Right. Yeah.
Hey man, don't be trying to give me no middle. Don't be giving me no fingers. Okay.
I give you 5. Okay. I give you 5.
Yeah,
just a bit outside.
I give you 5.
Just a bit outside. Nothing. Yeah, 5-finger discount. My man TW weighing in again. He says Celtics win if they continue to be allowed to shoot from behind the arc. But that's the thing, though.
Hold on. Let's read it.
Okay. In the regular season, almost half of their shots were from behind the 3-point line. I believe they shot something like 45 to 48% from behind the arc and are doing the same in the playoffs. On the other side of the card, bottom part of the league on free throw attempts. I think you can deduce where a defensive scheme could be also. The 04 Pistons team was unmatched. Yeah, I'm with you on that, definitely. But here's what I'm saying to you. Here's what I'm saying. I don't know the
Let's give him a button for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. My bad. I mean,
he came with facts. He came with the what and explain the why. Like what we just said. All right.
Okay, listen. But here, y'all know my thing about facts. What he said was it has a whole ton of merit. I mean, saying that.
Yes.
But facts can be a fact, or a fact can be what want a fact to be based on how they perceive it. Like in a courtroom, when you're doing a debate, I'm going off the evidence. Because all of the evidence will say what? No matter who looking at it, it is what it is. I'm saying to you that whatever the Celtics are doing this year from 3-point land, we've seen this movie before. And how did it pan out? Because
no, we have not.
Yes, we have. Listen. Go back. What year was that? In Game 7, I think it was against the Cavs. Whatever year on the Western side, in the Western Conference, that James Harden was shooting the Rockets out the game after blowing a 15-point lead.
Oh, versus the Warriors.
One dude. That's your difference here.
No. Listen, go back and look at the numbers in that Game 7 the Celtics played in, and I forgot who they were playing against. The Celtics collectively did what James Harden did individually.
No, I think it would have been versus Miami. The Cavs.
It would have been versus whatever the case may be.
I think it was like 2018 versus the Cavs. They forced the Game 7.
Matter of fact, while we're here now, go look up what the Celtics did from the 3-point line.
Okay, while we're doing it, just a quick update. Right about halftime here, 62-56 Minnesota.
Yeah. Jaden McDaniels is having a pretty neat game. Yeah.
Okay. So
Kyrie, 21, leading the Mavs.
Okay.
23.
Oh, so then they just added.
Dude, shooting 11 of 14.
But the other individual you're referring to earlier, Barbershop Jay, is Daniel Gafford, who I said would be a difference maker in that earlier series versus the Clippers.
Yes. And here's what I'm saying. Here's all I'm saying in a nutshell. I'm not dismissing points and statistics and percentages and such. I'm going to use this guy as an example. Nembhard for Indiana. Jalen Brunson was torching him basically all series long, right? What game was it? Well, his final stat line was 5 points. But in a moment where they needed it, he hit a big three and put them up by 3, and Indiana was able to finish that game. So all I'm saying to you is, it ain't always the guy that's averaging 40 a game that's going to have the biggest impact in the game. It's in the moment. Basketball is about situations and the decisions that you make in them situations at certain points in the game. In that situation, Nembhard hit a shot that if you didn't know who he hit that shot in that moment, you would have never known that he only had 5 points in that game. Do you understand? If I didn't see the game and I looked at his stat line alone, I'd say he had a game. But by seeing the game, that 3-pointer he hit was the shot heard around the world, like i.e. Kyrie and never mind. I'm just saying. Okay.
And what year?
Hey, Kyrie's got 24.
So you remember that year, though, huh? Now you remember 2016.
Of course, I remember that year.
Okay.
Hey,
a few minutes ago. Yeah, you know what?
I'm not
Senility has his moments.
I'm not.
But it's time for you to make a point. You remember. You got okay. But it's time for you to make a point. All right, cool. He Rain Man when he got to make a point.
Did you? I mean, I'm selective. I got selective memory now. That's what you're driving at.
You got selective. You got selective like a Nintendo, like an NES. Select start.
Did you just say senility? Did you reference me and senility in the same sentence?
Oh, here we go. Shots fired. Let's go.
Okay. To your point, look at the 2016 Warriors when they won like 70+ game, led the league in 3-point percentage. I think then lost his Cavs 3-1 in the finals. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Thank you, Mr. TW. That's all I'm saying. That's it right there. Look, Double J, before you start reading what he said, you was like, I got him. No, you didn't. Listen, I'm not this. Yeah, look, there you go. Yeah, please show us your face.
He making the face that academics made when children not meet the grams.
Yeah, TW, I'm sending you application because we handing our pink slips after this P-roll, rendition of the P-roll gram. Absolutely. I'm not discrediting what Boston is and what Boston does. When they on, they on. But bruh, I'm telling you right now. To your point, though, Gully, I believe that Minnesota will be more of a matchup problem for Boston than with Dallas. But I think either team in the West will be a problem for them. Because just like we saw with Denver, what did Minnesota do?
Spat them up.
Remember what I asked? I've been asking this question all along. I said, who has made Joker work on that other end? And Minnesota kept throwing body after body after body after body at it.
Everywhere he moved, it was a hand. It was a hand there.
It was and it was a time when he was grabbing them shorts.
Yep.
All throughout their playoff run in the championship, I don't recall seeing Joker ever reaching down and grabbing them shorts.
Right.
They wore him out, man.
Yep.
And Denver did not have another big to throw to spell him.
Yep.
Nas Reed. They even brought some of the old minutes. They brought Kevin Garnett back for a minute. He played about 5 minutes against Joker. You know what I'm saying? I think in Malik Sealy made rest. You know what I'm saying? They were just that's what it looked like. It looked like a turnstile of wolves.
Yeah.
You don't say that fast. I'm gonna get that on the shirt. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, I do not trust Boston in their style of play. And then Jaylen Brown, man, no disrespect to him, because your talent got you there, no question. But to not be able to really use your left hand, I'm just saying, bro. So you say Minnesota, as do I, against the Celtics?
I'll say
Minnesota would be favored.
No, Minnesota would. You know what? I don't know how that works, man. Because I'm not too heavily into into the numbers and the stat lines and the wagers and all, I'm thinking that Minnesota would be the underdog because they probably come into the, first of all, they're number 3 seed in the West. Boston is number 1 in the East. Boston already has finals experience with some of their key players. I think those metrics are what's going to make Boston, what's going to perceive Boston to be the favorite. But what we're talking about is the eye test. How did they beat the defending champions? They made the defending champions play differently than the defending champions have played. Understand what I mean by that. And I really want to get into what I mean by that. What Denver had mastered their style of play last year, and it led to championship glory, right? And they were getting, I mean, this wasn't it their 3rd conference finals in as many in 4 years or what have you. So what Denver's identity was set and mastered, and it led to a championship. So you knew how Denver was going to play. Minnesota took advantage of that and found a serum for that. Okay, that sort of thing, that sort of element to me, and how tenacious they are and relentless. That when I see that, that makes me make them the favorite.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll tell you what, man. Minnesota, Ant is here.
Yes,
because Karl Anthony Towns, in particular, he was soft as peanut butter cookies.
Pink cookies in a plastic bag.
Don't die with that. Ain't what we're going to do now. We're not going to do that. But I'm just saying. But they looking at him, and they like, okay, he came. He gonna give you everything. So it make me want to step my game up. Yes. And that's what a type of dude is supposed to do for everybody. It's infectious.
How about the fact that he saw that they could actually be winners? Because that's what Cat is playing like. Cat is playing like a guy who believes that they actually can win and contend. Like the money's we made,
and not just for a contract. Not just for the money.
Because that was what we were missing with him. You know what I'm saying? That was what we seemed like we was missing. Like, man, why is for years we thought like, man.
And even though I'm gonna use NCAA basketball as a reference in this case, you can have the best record, the best everything, and all of that, and it don't guarantee nothing. Because remember that year Kentucky was 30-0. Willie Cauley-Stein and all them dudes. Yeah. And who beat them?
Yeah.
Okay. In North Carolina, go look at Villanova's 2 championships and tell me how on earth did Villanova win either one of them when the other 2 squads they went up against in the title game was favored. I want to know how many people picked Villanova to win either one in them cases. So it ain't no guarantee. That's all I'm saying. You still got to play the game, baby. But let me get to a couple of these questions in regards to both of these series. Then we're going to get y'all out of here so y'all can watch. We appreciate everybody that tuned in and waited today. This is a pretty good one here. In the Mavericks-Wolves matchup, in the Mavericks-Wolves series, who has the matchup advantage?
The matchup advantage, see, they answering that collectively, but you got to break it down because I can't answer that on the collective.
Well, given who the Mavericks have,
all right. So let's run it.
And given who the Nuggets, excuse me, not the Chicken McNuggets, the Denver Nuggets. I know they already out. Who the Denver McMavericks have?
Yeah. So
who you think might have the advantage?
All right. So we looking at Kyrie, Conley, advantage Kyrie.
But Conley ain't Conley going.
No, remember, you gotta remember, we're not the binaries. We're not
okay. All right. Okay, do what you do.
One is better.
All right, do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do. All right, that's fair.
Great.
Okay, do what you do. Definitely.
Something I'm going to point out here.
Don't point nothing out to me. Nothing.
That's what you did to me just now.
Absolutely. Okay. I know. Absolutely. You've been doing it to me all show long. What are you talking about?
I got you. Yeah, we here after the show. The show, right here.
Oh, now you're throwing up gang signs.
Right here.
Trust and believe the thoughts and expressions of this particular guy right here are not of the folks on this program. They're not a 786.
All hate mail to address to attention Barbershop J.
Thank you very much.
Wow,
please.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't celebrate Christmas.
Hey, but right now
I don't celebrate Christmas, but you're going to get a lump of coal. Trust and believe that.
The Mavs are shooting 2 of 13 Meanwhile, Minnesota is shot 11 of 25 from behind the arc, and it's a 3-point game at halftime.
Okay. All right. So,
yeah.
All right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So let me ask this other question here. Which two teams of the 4 now will be best for ratings in the finals?
Mavericks, Celtics. 2 largest markets. The 2 largest markets.
Yeah.
And in terms of the notoriety, the established notoriety, Luka's got an international base. It's the Celtics, so you know they're all of they're the stars. They're the darlings of the East Coast. Kyrie is attractive because
is he really though?
No.
Left him up to all. He ain't no all-star.
No. He's attractive because he's been so polarizing throughout his history. So to see him actually in the finals, you know, there's going to be that guy in LA that he's going to continue to be in circles. Yeah. So the Mavericks,
whether they talking good or bad about you, is still giving you attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, got you. Double J, what you say?
Well, I'm going to lean. I'm actually going to completely agree with Gully in terms of.
Oh wow, really? So let me hit this button then. Let me hit this button. I don't do it good.
Don't do that. You're gonna pull your shoulder out. It's gonna end up looking like this.
You know what? I'm finna end the show right now. I'm coming down now. I'm about to put
from the Thriller collection.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you want some of this too? Okay, I got you. We about to lace them up. That's what we finna do. Go ahead, finish what you had to say, Double J, so we can get out of here.
No, of course, Boston. Anything Boston in a David Stern kind of way would be what you would like. Of course, the DFW market is big also.
They got great shoes.
They got what?
You said DFW, my bad.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the Dallas Fort Worth warehouse. Please, man, stop it.
Yeah, those shoes might have something on them from the stockyards.
Yeah, well, I know it's a few.
I work nights.
Well, whatever. That's in your case, it's a day.
I broke my back, spinal.
I know some folks that need to be kicking. Yeah, I know some folks that need to be kicking rocks with open-toe shoes on. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What were you?
Will you stop telling people that in the comments, man?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna keep telling them. Yeah, I'm gonna keep telling them. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I'm saying. I hope your Egyptian sandals are curled up in the front. Anyway, go ahead and finish your thought, man, so we can go.
What I would like to see is probably Minnesota, Boston, because I believe that was the reason why I pointed that particular stat. Not that Dallas has been some kind of dynamo with the 3-ball in particular, but considering how Boston has been, to see a perimeter heavy defensive team, it would be really interesting to see, because if they've already had tests like guys like Joker that can space the floor, that would certainly, I think.
And Denver was big too, though.
Right, and that's the thing.
And Minnesota can play. They are adaptable. They like chameleons. You know what I mean? When you play small ball, they can go small. You want to play big, they can play big. You want to not play at all, they can. They gonna play you right out the gym.
And that's the thing that Boston has been built on, the idea of kind of a 5-out system, having a pick and roll with both Horford as well as Porzingis that can utilize, beyond 15 foot. And so to have a team that actually matches up with that, you do question which has always been the question that they've delivered thus far, which is, can the supporting cast be consistent enough outside of Anthony Edwards when he, if he were to have a bad game, because naturally that's who they're going to really hone in on.
Derek White too, man. He has not been what Derek White. Okay, right. Or maybe like White out, because he ain't been there, bro. And that's what Boston can ill afford, man. They listen. It's no way in the world, bro. That game should have won the overtime, bro.
Right.
That game should not have went to overtime. It just should not have. That's concerning. That's concerning. And I'll tell you this, as each round progresses, the Celtics, they keep letting Indiana hang around. You're exerting more energy because that overtime, that's extra minutes that you got to play.
Indiana, I expect Indiana to play with a chip on their shoulder coming in tomorrow.
Exactly. So if that series goes 7, or if you keep you get another overtime out of that in any game, by the time Boston do get to the finals, come on, bro.
They're gonna be gassed.
They're gonna be gassed. They're gonna be gassed.
They have to go up against
a whole
the guard play of Dallas or the swarming. Oh man.
Yeah, the Minnesota Sequoias. That's what they should call them, because everybody over there.
Difficult matchup for Boston if it were them.
Say again.
Who do you guys believe is the more difficult matchup for Boston?
Minnesota.
Minnesota's the more difficult.
Just because of the defensive side of the ball? You don't.
Yeah, because remember, there's 5 defenders. They have a defensive philosophy. There's 5 of them.
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know. Be honest with you, I don't know how great in a clutch Boston could be in the ISO situation.
I was just getting ready to say that. Because listen, Minnesota defensively, they can play you straight up. If you switch, you're gonna run into somebody big.
Yeah.
Or in a zone. So you're gonna get funneled to somebody big.
Who's got a good ISO game?
Except for Mike Conley.
What you mean? Except for Mike Conley.
Defensively, that's where you would have to get, if you're gonna switch, force a switch, you got to get Mike Conley out on who you want with the ball in their hands, and Mike Conley be that defender, maybe. Yeah. But other than that, man.
Okay, he bought your weakest point.
Your weakest defender, exactly.
If Minnesota goes on to win the whole thing, where does this put them all time in terms of the because of their defense?
What does it put
them all time? Wait a minute.
Ask that question again.
Yeah, whoa. I don't know. I'm not.
It won't be a fluke. I don't.
No, I'm not saying that.
Not a fluke.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But he's saying, like, where would that put them ranked, like, all time defensively in terms of finals defensive rankings and things of that nature?
Yeah, just because we know that is their hallmark. And so the last defensive team that was truly great, that the defense created offense, was the 04 Pistons.
No, it wasn't.
Go on.
2016 Cavs, probably.
Them and the 2014 Spurs. Tony, I think that's it. That finals matchup has the largest point differential. One of the largest point differentials of all time.
In all time in finals history. Yeah. Because matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the bench averaged 45 points in that game. They averaged 45 points a game in every game. So just imagine how old was Tim Duncan? 112?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what you want to do here? But in either way it go, man, we're going to let y'all get to some of this second half. We're going to get y'all out of here. Again, we want to thank everybody that weighed in today. This was a good one, man. Shout out to everybody, especially my man TW, Mr. Alvin, everybody that weighed in and tuned in. Whoever, this finals is going to be good. I'm telling you right now, I'm whoever come out the West, I think is winning it all. That's just me. You know what I mean? Boston win it, I ain't mad. I tip my hat to them. But you better had. Because nobody's Nobody's expecting the Mavericks to win it this year. They might be saying, okay, they are capable, or Minnesota. You know what I mean? If either one of them win it, it's like, oh, okay, shout out. But Boston, they like the little boy who cried wolf. Man, like the third time, no, I'm not getting up out the barber chair no more to come. You said they had ate your sheep the last 2 times. No.
But now, wait a minute. Let's say they do they advance and they win it.
Who is they?
What does that say about their greatness? Because we've talked about how
well they shot for time.
That's merely it.
Listen,
because they literally have one of the best 3-point percentages in history.
Listen, you cannot talk about that Boston team and whatever you just said without bringing along the fact that they didn't play in the last 26 Eastern Conferences. Minnesota ain't been to no Western Conference Finals, and Dallas ain't been to no Western Conference Finals since you had and I had hair. Listen, everybody has been waiting on, if Boston win it, everybody has been waiting on Boston to do this. Nobody expected Minnesota or Dallas to do. Travis Huntman TWA in again. He said, 4 Pistons allowed 84.26 per game. 14 Spurs points allowed 97.63. 4 Pistons are unmatched. Oh wow, really? Really?
Okay.
All right. Well. All right, TW, you get a pink slip too. You know he was on my team for a minute, man. I was getting ready to play the buddy button. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that up there again. I just didn't really want to see it, but I saw it. Seen it, saw it done. Listen. Boston is expected to do this. Listen, how many times have they been there? The Celtics.
Okay, but if they actually do it, that's what I'm saying.
Then about time. How many times has the Minnesota Timberwolves been there?
2004.
Okay. How many times have the Dallas Mavericks been there?
With Dirk.
Exactly. There you go. You got to search your mind, memory. Boston, they was there yesterday, the day before. Boston been here all week, and finally, you get a time card. Whoopie-doo. Okay, yeah, finally, yeah. In other words, you've been working here for 8 months, and one day you're on time. No, you don't get no celebratory celebrations behind that. Everybody don't get a participation Terry trophy. Absolutely not. I'm gonna tip my hat. Ain't mad at them. Do what you do. If you win it, you win it. Okay, but again, about yeah, exactly. Anyway, and on that note, I'll leave you with this quote: "Conquer your lustful desires, and your wisdom will be perfected." Interesting. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Wednesday at 8 on the PM side right here on the yard. Oh, matter of fact, last note, we may be changing the show day and time. So if that were to happen, we will, send out notices and notifications and keep you all abreast of what's what.
Listen, man, we can't do that to our people, man.
Man, don't be sounding like no blaxploitation movie right now.
You don't understand what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm listen.
No, because don't go there because you don't want to talk about something that ain't gonna make a difference. Yeah, I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
What I'm saying is, if the show gonna change time, I'm pretty certain all of our shop fans, when we let them know definitely, they definitely gonna ride with us.
But you still got to give them courtesy.
No, you do. Listen.
Yes, you do.
Oh, listen. All right.
Oh my gosh, TW, if you stop it.
No. We got time.
No, stop it. Stop it. No, absolutely not. No.
We got time. When listen, okay, tell me this. Did you watch Martin growing up?
I knew a Martin. What's your point?
It's been fun, y'all, but we got to run. Check us out.
Yeah, keep it up because you're gonna be like Tommy Hearns. I mean, you're gonna be like Martin after Tommy Hearns got
said it right.
I'm just saying. No, listen. What
I'm saying is, there's no. The people who then just change it. But like what I'm saying is, I don't never hear a show be like, yo, you know what? This show coming up Wednesdays in the fall, but it might be moving to Tuesdays.
Okay, but guess what though? Guess what though? We're not like everybody else. We actually listen, because if it wasn't for the people, it wouldn't be no us. So I'm gonna be courteous.
If you say maybe, then you might as well be like, hey, yo, fans.
Well, I don't know as of yet because it's based.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not finna do this with you. You know what? Anyway, it's been fun, but we got to run. I'm telling you, I'm calling your mama. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Wednesday, 8 on the PM side, right here on the yard, temporarily or tentatively. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the Shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. And make sure, please, when you're over YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We'd be much obliged. If that don't work, y'all can Google it. We got one more comment before we get out of here. Oh, and we're gonna hit the shop merch thing one more time too. My man TW, it's been fun, gents. Have a great night. Shout out to my man TW. It's been fun, absolutely. It's been fun, absolutely. Anywho, we be much obliged. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it. We're gonna go out one more time, one more again. Where is it at, Double J? My gosh, it's unbelievable. This is what I mean. I need, you know what I'm saying? I need security or better show production. I don't know. Anyway, one more time, y'all.
I got the fun.
What it do, sports fans? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report. And guess what? The shop is now open for business, baby. If you're on Facebook, go to our fan page, The Shop Report, click on more, and then shop to view all products. Or if you're on Instagram, click on the shop tab to see all our products. I mean, what you want me to do? I'm selling merch here.
Absolutely. And for my dudes, Be Rich, Double J, TJ, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, The next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla!